Welcome everyone to the Purpose, Passion, and Profit podcast. My name's Kelly Dawn, and today we're talking about how to create 10K months in your business with one aligned offer. So let me know if you're here live. Let me know if you have been taught that you need to offer something brand new to your audience every single month or every couple of months in order to create a successful business. Hands up, drop me an emoji. If you're listening to this on the podcast, just give me a nod, give me a wave, and let me know. Because this is something that's taught by a lot of different business coaches. Now, if you are super high energy, if you're the type of person who loves to create different offers all the time and that works for you, that's amazing. I have definitely been in a place in my business where I was rolling out different offers pretty much every month. Sometimes, like in the earlier days, I was doing like 7-day boot camps. So I was doing new offers all the time along with my one-to-one, and that felt really good for a while. But what I noticed is that I started to feel really burnt out because with my own energy type as a projector, that just wasn't something that felt good for me over time. It wasn't something that was sustainable. But for a while, I was really making myself wrong for not wanting to constantly create new offers because I thought that I needed to always be putting out fresh new things in order to attract buying people, like in order to attract customers. The thing is, when we get into that mindset, we forget that we are always attracting new people into our world. So there's always going to be more than enough clients, right? We want to be in an abundance mindset here. And we also forget that a lot of us do really well when we operate within our unique zone of genius. And so if you're the type who does not want to niche down, you don't want to get specific, and that's working for you, I want to get very clear, that's fine. I'm all about you doing business in a way that works for you. But if you're watching this and you're like, okay, I'm totally on board with this. I'm so sick of reinventing the wheel every month when I want to call in clients, what I'm sharing today is going to be super helpful for you. Okay, so when I talk about energy type, what I'm speaking about specifically is your human design. Now, human design is not something I have any training in. I am not an expert in human design whatsoever, but I find it really valuable because when I found out that I was a projector, a lot of things made sense. Like a lot of things in my business made sense as far as how I wanted to roll out offers, how I wanted to show up, and how much time I was spending in my business. So there's some free resources online. It's very much like astrology where you plug in your like your birthplace, your birth time, and it gives you your energy type. And then there are people in the coaching space who are absolute experts in human design, and they can guide you deeper down that path if you want more information on it. Even without human design though, you probably have an idea of what your energy type is like. Like, are you super high energy where it feels really good to be rolling new things out in your business all the time? Does it feel really good for you to always be creating, things like that? We always want to be working with our energy. We always want to be doing things that are in alignment with what makes sense for us energetically. And also with our lifestyle and with our personality. Like if you have a 9 to 5 still and you have a family and you have all these different things going on, simplifying things in your business might be the thing that's really going to help things take off because you're not constantly going back to the drawing board trying to create new offers all the time. Is people pleaser a type? I wouldn't say that's an energy type, but that's definitely something to look at if you're in the coaching space. You want to really dig in and look at why you're people pleasing and clear that shit right away because that's not serving you or not helping you make money. Okay, so the steps. You guys know I love my processes. You know I love my steps to creating 10K months with only one aligned offer. First things first, we always start with our vision. And you've heard me talk about this before because this is major. It is major to have something to align to, right? If we want to create a business that we love, if we want to make money in a way that feels good for us, we need to have an idea of what that's going to look like. And so what I always start with is asking myself, if I had all the money in the world, what would I love to be doing in my business? And of course, you can feel into other areas of your life as well, but specifically in your business, how do you want to be working with clients? If you didn't have to bring in money, if you completely detach money from the entire thing and you just got to show up online, share the message that was coming through and offer people something that felt really good for you that you know would be of service, what would that look like? And that right there is going to help you get a ton of clarity. Okay. So next we want to move on to the foundational pieces in your business. And this is something a lot of people want to skip over because they think it's really fucking boring. They've done like the ideal client, the elevator pitch exercises and things like that. I approach this in a totally different way than what you've probably learned. But a lot of people want to skip over the basics in their business and jump into sales funnels, Facebook ads, things that promise them to bring like a lot of people into their world that they can sell to. The thing is, you're not going to be attracting the right people if you don't know what the foundational pieces of your business are. So to make it super simple, the two questions you want to ask yourself if you're brand new or if you're in a place where you're pivoting is, what do I do and who do I want to do that for? Super, super simple, right? You don't have to know what kind of fucking cereal your ideal client eats for breakfast. You don't need to know what color of socks and underwear they are. That is not relevant. That is not going to help you make money. But you do need to know who it is that you're speaking to. So when you show up online, you're not just talking to the masses. If you have very wishy-washy content that is speaking to everyone, it's not going to hit home for most people. You're just going to get lost in the scroll. The people who have massive audiences, and this is where people run into trouble with this. People look at Tony Robbins. People look at, Gabby Bernstein, people like that, people with massive, massive audiences. They can share messages that are a little more general because they already have the foundational pieces in their business built. But those people that had really large audiences, everyone I know of, I could be wrong, there could be other people out there who haven't done this, but the people I know of, they have started with something specific. So they start with something specific. They start with helping people solve one problem. They focus on serving one type of person, and then they grow from there. Now, the interesting thing about this is that we don't need to look outside of ourselves to get the answer to these questions of what do I do and who do I do it for? Because when you start showing up online and you start talking about the things that light you up, you're going to figure out what your niche is. I know that word is kind of a dirty word in the coaching space. I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but when we're talking about specifics, that's one of the best words that we can use to describe it. So when you start sharing your message, when you start talking about the things that light you the fuck up, and you start talking in a certain way being the way that you like to express yourself, you are going to attract a certain type of person. And there you go. Then you have the whole, what do you do? It's based around the things that you love to talk about, the things that you love to help people with. And the person that you're talking to, your soulmate client, is the person who resonates with you and your energy. So the people in my world, you tend to be fucking badasses. That's just who you are. You're driven, you're motivated, you're here to make a massive difference, and you're here to change lives. Okay? Those are the people that I'm here for. I'm not here for the people who just want to make a quick buck on the internet and sit back and live the laptop lifestyle. That's all well and good. There's nothing wrong with that, but those aren't my people. I'm here for the people who want to create a business that's in alignment. They want to do things in an intuitive way, and they also want to make a fuck ton of money. I'm not here for the people who think making money in your business is bad. Those are not the people I'm speaking to. So you're going to get more clarity as you go along and as you start creating content. Now, with the aligned offer, if you are sick of the hamster wheel of constantly creating things over and over and over again, you get to go back to the drawing board. You get to simplify and go back to what we talked about at the very beginning of this episode around your vision. If you didn't have to make money in your business, if you were completely detaching any need to make money, what would you love to offer people? What would that look like? And that gets to be your core offer. It gets to be really, really fucking simple. If it's something that lights you up that you would do without getting paid for it, what would that thing be? Right? And then what you want to do is just package that up. Now, I go really deep into this in the academy, which I'm going to be sharing more about in today's episode. But what you want to do is essentially take someone from a point A to a point B with your offer and serve them to the best of your ability. If you're a coach, if you're a mentor, if you provide a service like astrology or something like that, what you want to do is provide a transformation for someone. That's the whole idea of having an offer, whether that's private coaching, like a one-to-one thing that you're doing, or a group program. Now, if you do want to create 5-figure months in your business, what you want to be mindful of is the price of your offer. So no more $297 offers. Okay. There's a time and a place for low end. Okay. I'm not making low end wrong. I want to help you guys make money as quickly and as easily as possible. And that's going to happen when you have a higher end offer. So when I say high end, anything usually over the $1,000 mark, $1,200 mark, that's what we're talking about here, because it's a lot easier to get 10 people into your $1,000 offer than it is to sell 100 offers at a lower price point if you're brand new. right? So if you're new in business and you don't have an audience, if you don't have people that are used to seeing you show up as a leader, as an entrepreneur and sell things, it's going to be more challenging to sell more lower cost offers than it is a few higher end offers. Okay. And those packages, those can range. You can have something that's $1,000. You can have something that's $5,000. If you have a $5,000 coaching package, doesn't matter how long it is. It could be 6-month package for $5,000. You just need 2 clients and there's your 10K month. Okay. But what we want to do is get used to selling and get used to sticking with the same thing. Because something I used to do back when I was in this space where I was creating new offer after new offer after new offer, part of that is because I felt creative. I'm like, oh, I have all these ideas inside of me. I want to serve a whole bunch of people. The other side of that, like the shadow aspect of that, was I'm afraid I can't sell shit. So I need to constantly be bringing new things out. When we focus on one offer, that's when we're going to get really, really fucking good at sales. Right? Because your offer, as long as it is something that is going to help people get a result, and you know there are people out there that you can serve, it's going to sell. And we're in a very, very abundant universe that we live in. There are millions and millions of people on the internet. Many people need help. Many people are seeking support in some way. So if you have a valuable offer that is going to help someone create a transformation in their life, it's going to be sellable. The thing is when it comes to sales, we get really scared. And this is totally normal. We've all been there. If you're an entrepreneur, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to come across as being salesy. You don't want to come across as being pushy. And if you're getting on sales calls and you're hearing no after no after no, it's very easy for our brain to start telling us a story of this offer isn't good enough. I better go create something else. When what's really going to help us is when we start looking at our sales process. So we start looking at what that entire process looks like, from the content that we're sharing, to the calls to action that we're doing, to the conversations we're having with people in the DMs if people are reaching out and asking questions, to what's happening on our sales calls if you're doing sales calls. What we want to do is take a look at what's happening in the sales process and then tweak those things, improve those things, and just sell the fuck out of that one offer instead of going back to the drawing board time and time again, thinking that you need to create something brand new. Like this new shiny thing I'm creating, that's the thing that's going to sell. Your mind might tell you a story like that. But if you keep doing that over and over and over again and it's not working, right? There's something that you need to look at in your sales process. And when you have one offer, it forces you in the best way possible to look at what's going on beneath the surface. So we look at our mindset, we look at our content, we look at our messaging, we look at our process, we look at how we show up online and offline as well, because it all counts, it all matters. It's who you are when you're not doing the live stream, when you're not creating the content. All that contributes to your success in your business as well. But we find out where the issue is, and then we can solve the problem. And when you solve the problem, when you get good at sales, then you're fucking unstoppable and you can sell anything. And then you can get to a point where it's okay, I've sold this offer, I feel confident that I can sell, people are buying, I know my process, I know what I'm doing. Then if you want to grow, then if you want to expand and add more offers in, that's the time to do that, right? Because then we're doing it out of the space of abundance, right? I already have this offer, I fucking love it, I want to go bigger, I want to create something more, I already know my process. So we're building on a foundation of abundance instead of a foundation of fear, lack, and scarcity of, oh, fuck, no one's buying this. I better go create something different. Maybe I'll roll out like a low-end masterclass. Maybe I'll do something that's like super, super cheap and I hope people buy it. And if we just stick with our one aligned offer that we know we would want to share with the world, even if it wasn't costing people anything, even if there was no price attached to it, that's when we learn how to create success for ourselves. Okay? And so the last piece is the mindset. So vision, strategy, mindset. And when I talk about mindset, I'm talking specifically about money mindset. And I have an entire method. It's called the Zero Fucks Money Method to help you shift your relationship with money and create more income and break through your income ceiling. So it doesn't matter where you're at in your business, this method is going to work for you. And the big thing with the Zero Fucks Money Method is looking at your existing relationship with money and recoding things. Okay, so we all have this abundance code within us. We're already abundant because we're the entire fucking universe walking around in human form. There is nothing scarce about that. We are full to the brim with abundance. The issue is that we have programming. We have programming that we have picked up from the time we are in the womb all throughout our life that tells us really interesting stories like it's not good to make too much money. Okay, it's okay to be somewhat successful, but you don't want to make too much money because then people might think you're greedy. Or it's okay to make a lot of money if you work really hard. But if you make money easily doing what you love, that's probably something wrong. Like there's probably something shady there. That's like the story that your mind might tell you. So we want to look at our relationship with money itself. Okay. Then we want to look at our relationship with sales, because money and sales, even though they're tied together, they're separate things. So you might say, you know what? I have the best relationship with money. I say my affirmations. I feel abundant. I find money on the ground all the time. But when it comes to selling in your business, a bunch of things come up like, oh gosh, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to annoy people. I don't want people to think I'm in this just for the money. I'm sharing stories that I've told myself and also things that I've heard from my clients. Okay? These are really, really common. It's normal to have these things come up around sales. But what we want to do is transform that relationship with sales. And that's part of the Zero Flex Money method. Okay? Because selling is service. Whenever we're selling something, all we're doing is inviting people to take a next step with us that's going to help them get more of what they want. That's all it is. We're never ever forcing anyone to do something against their will. We're never being manipulative or any bullshit like that. All we're doing is presenting a way that we can help people and then allowing them to make an empowered decision. Okay? So we also want to look at our relationship with ourselves. So who are we when we are showing up in our business? Are we being fully expressed? What do we need to work on there in order to ditch the people pleasing, for example? It's a great thing that happens with a lot of people, or not so great thing that happens with people that they need to clear. And on the other side of that, you can show up so much more powerfully. Okay, so what needs to shift so you can show up fully expressed and share not what you think people want to hear, but what people need to hear. Okay? Because we're here to activate. We're here to transform lives. We're not here to be nice people on the internet who are just like creating really good, feel-good content, warm, fuzzy, inspirational content. There's a time and a place for that, of course, but at the end of the day, we want to help people change their lives, and that's not always going to be comfortable. So we need to say the things that no one else is saying because that's what's going to help people. But in order to get to that point, we really have to look at our relationship with ourselves and our expression. And we need to clean up the energy around what's holding us back from really sharing that with the world. Okay? And then we have to look at our just enough ceiling when it comes to the income that we're making. Okay? So we have our relationship with money, our relationship with sales, our relationship with ourselves and our full expression when we're creating content. And then also this just enough ceiling, then this is something that happens with everyone. And what tends to happen is that we get comfortable making a certain income. Maybe for you, you're at 2K months. Maybe it's 5K months. Maybe you're at 20K months. But you are at a place where everything's okay. And what's happening in your mind when you're okay, like you're safe, right? You have a roof over your head. You have food in the fridge. You're safe. Your mind will say things, again, to itself here. Okay, we didn't die yesterday, so we're just going to keep doing the same thing we did before. And anything that deviates from the normal plan, your mind is going to shut down. It's going to tell you stories that you can't do that. You can't invest in the mentor. You can't do the live stream. You can't start the podcast. You can't show up and say what you really want to say. Because it's going to keep you from doing the very thing that's going to help you make more money. And so what we want to do here is firstly look at the different money blocks, look where we're holding back, look at what's happening outside of your business in terms of money. Because how you're acting at the grocery store when you're buying things, when you're buying your groceries, is tied into what's happening with your business. It's all connected. Okay? And when you tap into your desires, that's when you're able to really break through that money ceiling. So we want to look at the blocks, we want to clear those and tap into our desires. All right, you guys, so to give you a little rundown of what we talked about today, to give you a recap, in order to create 10K months in your business with one aligned offer, we want to have a super clear vision. The vision is so important. Otherwise, we are just throwing spaghetti at the wall. We're kind of all fucking all over the place, roaming around aimlessly on the internet, crossing our fingers, hoping someone's going to buy from us and hoping that we're doing the right thing. And you always know what the right thing is. I want to remind you of that. You are a super powerful, fucking brilliant individual, and you always know what your next move is. And when you have a clear vision, you're going to have different opportunities present themselves. You're going to have an opportunity to join a program or be part of a summit or do something in your business. And you can check in with yourself and you can ask yourself, okay, is this in alignment with my vision? Is this going to help me create more of what I want? And from there, you're going to be able to make an empowered decision. So the vision piece is major. The second piece is having the foundations down in your business. You don't need a website, a sales funnel, lead pages. You don't need any of that stuff when you're first starting out and getting to 10K months. All of those things, great. They're wonderful to have. They are not required. And I share this with you because so many people, myself included, when you're newer in business, it's very easy to think that those things are like the magic bullet that's going to help you create sales. And in reality, they're creating busy work for yourself. I know I used to spend hours and hours fucking around on my website and in Canva, creating perfect little graphics to share on Instagram. None of it made me money. None of it did. But it soothed my brain. It's like sticking a little soother in like a baby's mouth to like hush it up and like pacify it. Okay? That's all it's doing to our brain. It's like, okay, we're busy, we're being productive, we're working on our business, and I'm going to change the color of this buy now button on my sales page 14,000 times, and I'm going to get it just right. So when people come to my sales page, they're going to be captivated and want to buy from me. Like, that's the kind of bullshit story your mind will tell you. But it's under this impression that you're doing work that's in your business, therefore it's valuable, but it's not making you any fucking money, like at all. So we want to be focusing on the foundational pieces. What do you do? Who do you do it for? And the offer that you're so lit up to share with people. What's that offer? And how often are you sharing that? And that's really what it comes down to in our business, right? We're showing up, we're sharing content, we're presenting an offer and inviting people to take a next step with us. It's super, super simple. It gets complicated because your brain will tell you a bunch of stories, but all the other things that you need to do, all the other things that you need to take care of before you make money in your business. Like if I had a nickel for every time a client told me that they needed to have their website done before they launched their business, I would be a billionaire. Slight exaggeration, but I'd have a lot of money, okay? Because that's a huge, huge excuse that a lot of people have. Again, websites are great. They're not the thing that's going to make you 10K a month. Showing up, sharing content that speaks to your ideal client, selling your offer is going to make you 10K a month and more. Okay, so our aligned offer is the thing that we're super, super excited to share with people that we would put out into the world even if we weren't getting paid for it. When you have something like that, the energy behind your sales is so potent, it's so impactful because it's coming from a place of love, abundance, and service compared to what do I need to sell this month to make rent? Okay, the vibe of what do I need to sell this month to make rent is so gross. We don't want to be in that energy. It's super icky. So we want to be coming from this place of love, abundance, and service all the time. And then we want to work on our relationship with money. And our relationship with money goes super deep. It's not just money itself. It's sales. It's our relationship with ourselves. It's our relationship with how money is working in all areas of our life. All right, you guys? So my invitation for you, if you're at a space right now in your business where you know 10K months are meant for you, like you have probably done some visualizing, you've done some journaling, the 10K month mark is where you know you're headed regardless, like you know you're going there, but you want to get there faster, you want to accelerate. I want to invite you into the Ignite Your Business Academy. So this is my brand new group program that's sort of a mastermind / group program. It's something that I created and I haven't seen anything else like it in the business coaching space. So what you're going to do is get a bunch of trainings when you hop inside the academy that are designed to get you to 10K months. You are going to learn the strategy, the mindset, the energetics, the vision work, everything that's going to create 10K months for you in your business. And then along with that, you're going to get weekly trainings every single Monday. I'm going to be going live in our private group, sharing a channeled message. Whatever's coming through is going to be the message coming through. It's going to be related, of course, to business, mindset, money manifestation. And then you're going to get weekly group coaching calls. And the weekly group coaching calls is really where the magic happens because we can have the information. Like you can go out right now and Google how to make 10K months in your business. You can watch enough free trainings, webinars, listen to podcasts like this, watch live streams like this. You can get the information on how to do that. That's all valuable. Of course, what you get inside a program is going to go way more in depth, but it's out there, okay? The information is out there, but it's how do you implement it? Who are you being as you're doing the work? And how are you navigating through the challenges that happen to all of us as entrepreneurs? Because we can have a plan in place. We can have a rock solid strategy. You can say, okay, this is my offer. I'm going to show up on these couple of platforms. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sell this. Amazing. But it's what happens on that journey. It's how are you handling negative comments on Facebook? How are you navigating through sales calls when you get no after no after no? That's where the coaching comes in. And how are you dealing with the fear? How are you dealing with your family members when you go to the family event and everyone's making fun of you because of your little online business and telling you that you should go back to your 9 to 5? Okay, it's that inner power, that inner state that we're in the majority of the time that's really creating our results. And coaching is the thing that's going to help you change your internal state so you can create the success that you desire. So inside the academy, you get the training videos, in-depth training videos, you get weekly trainings as well as group coaching, and then the Facebook group has daily support. So you can pop in, ask questions, get support, share your wins, celebrate, and all that good stuff. And the cool thing about the academy is that you get lifetime access. Lifetime access to, as long as the program's running, you have access to the weekly trainings and the group coaching calls. That's what makes this different. And I created this because I have been in the coaching space since about I went full-time in 2017. I jumped in about a year before that. There are a ton of programs I've taken, and I love the coaching space. I fucking love all the different options that we have. But what I found is that one-to-one coaching isn't a good fit for a lot of people, because a lot of people aren't in the space mentally where they can invest 10K and feel really good about that. Some people are. Amazing. If that's you and you want one-to-one support, reach out, because I have that available as well. But a lot of people, especially if you're newer in business and you've never invested in yourself, spending 10K on a one-to-one coach isn't something that might be a good fit for you at that stage. So the other options are self-study courses where you learn on your own and you implement, and then you're off in the wilderness of the internet doing your own thing. And then apart from that, there's group programs. And I've been a part of these. I've created these myself. I love all three of these different things. But the thing with group programs is that you're getting valuable information, you're getting coaching, but then after 6 weeks or after 4 weeks, things stop. And then you're left on your own again. Okay? And it's not that you need a crutch. I want to make that very clear. You're going to create success no matter what, whether or not you have a coach. The question is, how fast do I want to get there? And also, what do I want that journey to be like? Because when you have a supportive environment around you, when you have a group of people who are like-minded, who are as equally committed to their success as you are, and you have a coach that you can go to when you need support, when you have questions, when you're stuck in your own bullshit, that changes everything. And so self-study courses and group programs, they don't give you that full support. And the one-to-one coaching, which does give you a fuck ton of support, that's not necessarily a good fit for a lot of people, especially if they're newer in their business. Okay, that's just what it is. I've been in this industry a long time, and we can do the mindset work around attracting high-level clients all day long. We can definitely sign them on. But there's also the fact that a lot of people aren't in a space where they can just invest that much money without thinking about it, right? So with the academy, you're getting the best of all three things. You're getting the content that you can go and rewatch over and over and over again. And the cool thing about the content in the academy, because so much of it has to do with mindset and energetics, it's going to apply to you once you pass the 10K a month mark. So you make 10K a month, you go back and you're like, okay, I'm ready for 15K, I'm ready for 20K months. You go back and you watch those trainings and you're going to be able to get there, right? The same trainings are going to get you to your next level and next level, because it's energetics and mindset work. There is strategy as well, but I teach aligned, simple strategy, which is going to work at any level. Okay. So you get those trainings as well as the group support that you would have in a group program and weekly coaching. So weekly coaching where we're going to hop on Zoom together and I'm going to laser coach you on the specific thing that you're feeling stuck at around your business. All right. So if that feels like a good fit for you, or if you're in a space where you're like, fuck yeah, I want that and I want one-to-one, reach out to me. We'll have a quick chat to make sure it's a good fit for you. All right, guys, I will let you go. I hope you have an amazing, amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Talk to you later.